There we were, heading east across the Atlantic Ocean, stowaways on a giant airborne fortress. Though time was short, we made sure to study up on our unknowing host, Arpeggio. While attending a prestigious boarding school, the young Arpeggio excelled in all subjects, but he never managed to keep up with the other boys physically. Sadly, his wings, due to their small size, were useless for flight. Furious at his feeble body, he focused his powerful mind to search for a cure in the works of the Italian Renaissance masters. Their notebooks provided the springboard for this sinister young genius, and it wasn't long before the Claw Gang took him on as chief inventor. His talents must have been at work repurposing all the clockwork parts for their criminal schemes. And now this mastermind is in possession of all the parts. It's only a matter of time before he puts them back together. And when that happens, well, I'm not gonna let that happen.
Yeah, you could say that's pretty concerning. Sly Cooper and the gang in Anatomy for Disaster. Whew, I'd really rather you not bring him back, but okay, alright. Hello and welcome back to Sly Cooper 2, Band of Thieves. I am the Master of Few Trades. In the last part, we got on a... We defeated Jean Besson, got all of our clockwork parts stolen, and now we're here and we're going to try and fix that. Also, you'll notice that this isn't really much of a safe house at all, so much as it is just sort of a table that we found somehow. Jump over vast distances. I don't have enough of that. Temporal lock. Freeze time around the guards. Temporarily, at least. And the Diablo Fire Slam. Carrying an enemy to create a deadly firestorm. My goodness. You don't have enough coins. That's so lame. I want that stuff. Yeah. We're just kind of inside one of this thing's many mechanisms. Alright, but yeah, welcome to the final level. Everything is a bunch of birds now. We're dealing with birds. We're dealing with Arpeggio. I hope you enjoyed his backstory because it's totally going to play a role. He's gonna be here. Don't you worry. Yeah. Okay, the question is, am I gonna be able to find all of the various bottles that are littered around this gigantic metalscape? Like, what is? This ain't no blimp. What is this thing? It's like the Cloud City. That's just nutto. Alright. Far be it from me to judge this guy and the way he chooses to live his life. I guess this is his way of compensating for the fact that he can't naturally fly. He just lives in the sky, I suppose. I also find it interesting to note that Arpeggio was brought on to the Claw Gang, rather than being the leader, as you might expect with him being at the very end of everything. Okay, those explode. Good to remember. Which means we either already defeated the potential leader of the Claw Gang, or there really wasn't one, and it was sort of just, I guess, a collaboration between various criminals. Very strange, I must say. Okay, there's a bottle directly above me, and that's pretty great, but what am I gonna do about getting over there? That's the real question you gotta ask yourself. Oh man, there are a lot of whirling propellers in this place. I mean, I guess he was inspired off of basically Leonardo da Vinci. And boy howdy, did that Leonardo fellow sure like his propellers. The most old-timey of futuristic technology. I mean, dude was a certifiable genius. There's really no way around that. But, you know, it's a common statement to say that madness and genius are pretty much two sides of the same coin. It's very much the truth. We look back on people in the past with so much more respect and admiration for the people of today because we don't really know anything about them. Recorded history is so murky the further back you go. It's just... we have a general idea of who these people were and what they did. But I'm willing to bet chances are that in their lifetimes, they were just considered raving lunatic madmen just like anybody would. Honestly, it's kind of nuts. Because people look at, you know, conventional intelligence these days, and this thing is not going to turn back around, is it? No, it's not. Okay, fair enough. People look at conventional intelligence and the things that people are trying to accomplish and consider it insane and crazy. And you gotta be real, man. On certain levels, some of the things are true. Because Leonardo da Vinci, for everything he did, and he did a lot of things, do not get me wrong here. A lot of his inventions were also complete and total garbage, and did not work in the slightest. So, that's certainly interesting. But they provided for basically the inspiration for future people. Nikola Tesla basically was able to figure out how electricity could power things and everything, but he was also trying to create a death ray and an earthquake machine, neither of which worked. He was also very neurotic as a person, as far as we know. So, I'm just saying, genius and madness, they kind of go hand in hand. I'm not saying all crazy people are geniuses, and I'm not saying all geniuses are crazy people. I'm just saying that the greatest minds in human history, I feel like you could probably, you know, make some diagrams that lead to them probably not being the most mentally sound people. That's just my opinion. I feel like we tend to romanticize the past a little too much. And in fact, no, that's not entirely the case. We romanticized the past for a very long time, but now we're heavily scrutinizing the past for pretty much everything it ever did. Describing these things as, you know, things and events and movies and sayings as problematic and stuff of that nature. Like, yeah, by today's standards, but not by then. Not by, you know, past standards. That was just normal. You were considered a freak and a weirdo and a outcast if you didn't subscribe to the incredibly dated and messed up ways of thinking of the past. That's just a fact. You were conditioned to think that that was all the truth. And what's stopping any of the things that we're doing now being scrutinized 100 years from now, you know? I'm just saying. It's nice to have a little, you know, little bit of perspective in all of this. It's like, oh, so many people did so many horrible things, and they said such unspeakably horrible things, and I'm like, well, yeah, and I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm just saying that I'm just saying that you really can't. It's apples and oranges. You can't compare people of the 30s to the now. That's just not cool. You can't do that. All right, well, yeah, that's a lot of. I'm not even entirely sure where this line of conversation started. Oh, right, because it was arpeggio, and then I talked about Leonardo da Vinci, and that led to... Yeah. Okay, so there was a bit of a method to my madness there. I just kind of lost track of it after a while. Fair enough game and universe. That's just kind of how my mind works sometimes. And honestly, it seems people kind of enjoy it when I do that. Don't mind me, I'm actually actively trying a lot harder to not reuse words too much. Oh dear, I'm about to go away. Farewell, cruel world. Oh, never mind. I forgot I can do that. Okay, these are swinging around, do-si-do-like. I may not have the highest opinion of myself, but I do like to sort of pride myself on at least being well-spoken, to an extent. And I feel like pretty much any shred of credibility I might possibly have would be completely nullified by the fact that I don't use them smarty words, or I reuse words constantly. Why is this a thing? Stop that! I spin, I kill again. There you go. It's hard to tell if that's the dink-dink-dink of a bottle or just the whirling mechanisms of various science machines around here. Because there are a lot of science machines around here making all sorts of zip-zap boobity-baps. Destroying them makes them go quiet, so it just makes sense. Alright, am I gonna have to get crazy with this? Oh wait, that's the alarm clock. I forgot to switch that thing out. Okay. Ow! Okay. Oh, no, that was enough to kill me. Well, fair enough, random toucan. I don't really know if that's a toucan. I'm just trying to think of small birds with huge beaks. And that's the first thing that really comes to mind, but aren't toucans usually a bit more colorful? Or am I just thinking about Fruit Loop cereal? It's really hard to tell sometimes. As an ignorant American, I don't know much about the world in general. I try to stay informed. What the hell? Not 100% sure what I just hit and what flew off, but that was weird. Okay, that's a way back in. I do not want to go back in. I wish to find more of these bottles. Clue bottles, please. You know, it's both a blessing and a curse. Sly 3 has no clue bottles. Like, I kind of enjoy finding these things and unlocking little doodads, even if it can be considered tedious busy work at times. But it gets brought back in the 4th game, so, you know. There's a little bit of a whatchamacallit, hope in the situation. You know something else I wanted to talk about? Okay, so I've talked about, you know, the advent of increased technology and graphical ability basically kind of nulling the point of creativity to the point of basically just making things, for the most part, realistic. Yeah, I think that's basically what I was saying. Oh boy. Well, this doesn't really have completely something to do with that, but it's sort of tangibly connected because it concerns Sly Cooper in a roundabout way. Basically, I find it odd just how, I don't know, small and niche the fan base for this series and a lot of Sony's more offbeat games really actually are. Because you see, the thing is, when you think about Sly Cooper, you also think about Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter. These are pretty much all just... These 3 series are so connected, they had a crossover game once. And I would actually like to play that at some point. I know it's just a minigame collectathon nonsense thingy, but whatever, man, it's still fun. And sure, they have their fans, they absolutely do, obviously, but at the same time, it feels like I never hear anybody talk about them, ever, really? And I find that really odd. Is it just because they were on Sony systems instead of Nintendo? Is that the one and only reason? What is the point of this thing? Because, I mean, what separates these games from, you know, Nintendo's entire catalog? It just, you still talk about Mario, and Mario gets games, and Pokemon, and Zelda, and Kirby, and all those other games. Sure, not all of them are still around. Rest in peace, F-Zero. But, I don't know. It's just so strange to me. I don't really see people talk about them, reminisce about them like I do. I don't know, it's so weird. Whenever I play these games, I love them dearly. But it's so weird that I get a kind of sense of isolation playing them, in a sense. Because it seems like I'm the only one really out here appreciating them to the level that I feel they deserve. And I know that's not 100% the case, it's just there's not a lot... Other people that feel the way I do are not as vocal. That's the main problem I'm trying to get here. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. How many have I gotten? 21, all right. Considering I stopped paying attention to what I was actually doing and kind of working off of autopilot for a while there, that's actually pretty good. I was just kind of roaming around, devoting all of my time and energy to thinking of how to properly phrase what I'm just trying to talk about. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. Ow. I am really going to need you all to just leave me alone. I am but a simple raccoon. I do not wish to bring harm upon thee. I will only bring the smacketh down when I see fit. Actually, you know what? Usually I would speed things up a bit by now, but I kind of want to keep talking. So, PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. There's a game that everybody treated like garbage for no reason, I feel. It was like, knock off Smash Brothers. Like, well, yeah, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with more games like Smash Brothers? And it tried to do its own unique thing. Some of them worked, some of them didn't, but by God, they tried. And holy hell, they went the extra mile when it came to trying and bring representation of the entirety of the Sony brand. Like, holy crap. Like, when you announce something like that, you'd think, oh, they're just gonna use all of their, you know, their modern peoples. They're gonna give you, you know, your Nathan Drakes and, I don't know, your Last of Us's and your Resistances and stuff. And, I mean, granted, those did get representation, but they didn't forget the PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 1 days. Sly Cooper, Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, they were all in it. Spike from Ape Escape, Sir Daniel Fortescue. And yeah, I was like, oh, they don't have enough characters. That's why they had to get Fat Princess and all that other jargon. And I'm like, okay, sure. They did kind of have to rely on a few guest characters in order to make the ends meet. I admit to that. But at the same time, I mean, we're never going to get these characters in a game like Smash Brothers officially. That's just not going to happen. I mean, I guess it's impossible to say that anything is impossible with Smash Brothers these days, but what I'm trying to get is none of them are really relevant enough for this sort of thing to happen, is really what I'm getting at. There still have to be, you know, a character still needs to be incredibly popular and relevant and possibly also advertise something all at the same time. So that's why we're able to get something like Persona in Smash, but that is an entirely different discussion. I just fail to see why people never gave that game a fair shake. Now its online servers are gone, you can only play single player. It's very disappointing to me. I really like that game. And then for longtime fans, you know that I made a vow to play the games of every single character that was represented in that fighting game. And I still stand by that. I'm still gonna try to do that. I realize I haven't made a ton of progress, admittedly, and I've mostly stuck to the more cartoony things, but I still very much plan on doing it. It is going to be a real endeavor, honestly. I think I might end up actually dedicating a year of Let's Plays just to getting all of them out of the way. And I say out of the way like that's, like I want to get it over with. I enjoy just about all of them. And the ones that I can't say that I do, well, that's mostly due to the fact that I've never even actually played them. So, you know, at least I played the first God of War. It's something. But yeah, I got a long road ahead of me. Alright, so I've yapped enough. Let's do a little speed up until we can find those other bottles. Well, in a glorious repeat performance, I don't know how to get to one. And I don't know where the other one is. Which means I get to do some story missions until eventually I bump into the safe I'm supposed to be able to open and be very upset by that. Wait, what? I hear a tink, tink, tink. Like the very distinctive tink, tink, tink that comes from a clue bottle. Where on... And it was near the mission start this whole time? I guess that would make sense to a degree. I was deliberately trying to avoid this area so I didn't trigger the story mission. Nope, not up here. Fair enough, fair enough. I know that there's something I can get later that would let me make that jump over there. But that doesn't really do anybody any good right now. Oh, well, what do you know? Okay, well, there's the one I was looking for. At least now I know exactly where the last one is. I just don't have the foggiest clue how to get up there normally. Alright, well, how about some recon?
My instruments have picked up large magnetic fields radiating from inside that blimp. If Arpeggio's already started reassembling Clockwork, that's where you'll find him.
Sounds good. I'm on my way.
Don't waste any time here, Sly. Get to the flip and take some recon photos. To build the plan, we need to know how close they are to reviving Clockwork.
Relax, Bentley. I've got it under control.
He is remarkably chill about this entire situation, given the fact that, you know, his entire family line's natural nemesis that's been, you know, attacking him and his ancestors for millennia is very potentially going to be coming back and probably being rather cross at the same time. I'm just saying, it's one thing to be cool under pressure, it's another thing to show no fear whatsoever.
I had no idea they could reassemble Clockwork so fast!
Calm down, Bentley. He might be in one piece, but he doesn't appear to be, you know, alive. Let's stick to the format here. How about some recon photos?
You're right. We need to be informed to create a plan of action. Try to get a shot of Clockwork's head, a mech egg, and one of those spinning magnetic inducers. They seem important to the procedure, but stay away from the guards. If you get detected, we won't have time for a second chance.
Alright, fair enough. Is there anything I can take a picture of right here and now? I can, I just have to wait for the spinner. Close, but no cigar. Okay. Try again. Hey! Try again. Hey! Too close. Alright, fair enough. There we go.
Magnetic inducers seem to be holding the Clockwork parts together.
So we should definitely destroy those. Now, when you say a mech egg, what the hell you mean by a mech egg? I don't know what that means. I am uncertain. All I know for sure is that I can definitely get a picture of Clockwork's head. If it's something you really want. Oh, how the mighty have fallen, Clockwork! Once was a fearless and demonic beast of prey and monstrous evil. Now you're just a marionette. I'm getting my kicks in while I can. I am 100% aware of the fact that I am likely not going to be able to make as big a chump of him as I want. Oh. Okay, I guess whatever that is. Clockwork! Okay, well. You said it. You all saw it. It said that it was a good shot. Whoa, what is happening? Okay, apparently I got caught on one of those inducer thingies. Fair enough, fair enough. What are you talking about, eggs? Where are these eggs? Making no sense to me.
Clockwork appears completely inanimate. We still might have a chance.
I mean, you can cobble his entire body back together, but it takes a little bit extra to, you know, pull a full Frankenstein. And yeah, I am referring to the scientists. Okay, how do I... Oh, that's not good. Okay, there we go. How about we do that? Boing! Okay. What exactly is over here that you want a picture of? I don't... There's an egg over here, apparently. I have... Those... Oh! Okay, well, that's not exactly intuitive, but alright, sure. I don't have the slightest idea what these are supposed to be.
I'm sensing radioactivity from inside those mech eggs. I wouldn't get too close. Sly, I'm detecting voices from the front of the blimp. I think it's Arpeggio.
Yeah, that's probably because it is. I saw his little carrier cage thing, which I guess he wheels himself around in because he is tiny and useless. Oh dear. Oh my. Oh dear. Oh my. Oh dear. Oh my. I need to be careful. A whole lot more careful, or else I might die. And I'd really rather not, if given the choice. Yeah, it's way over there, but... Okay, fine. Just, give me a second, I guess, and I'll try to make something work here. Woo! Can I get right up in their front door? Because that'd be convenient.
Neela's here too!
Yeah, she's evil. What, did you not know that? Am I getting pictures of this? Yeah, I am.
I can't believe it! She must have been working with Arpeggio all along!
Oh. Well, I'm sorry, I thought that was obvious. And, well, there's a clear shot of Arpeggio. There's no reason that I can't. Okay, the shot I was gonna take was perfectly clear, but I guess if you want it through the glass.
There he is, the mastermind behind this blimp and the source of all our problems. I don't need to study those photos to see the writing on the wall. Clearly, Neela and Arpeggio have conspired together to rebuild Clockwork. And it looks like they're dangerously close to realizing their goal.
Look, Bentley, I know it's not your style, but I need a quick plan of attack. Try to think of a way, any way, to stop Clockwork from getting reassembled.
Well, those magnetic inducers seem to be holding the parts together. If you reverse their polarity, it should pull Clockwork apart. Unfortunately, the inducer speed control station is locked down tight. Pickpocket keys for the 4 patrolling guards to get at it. Then you'll need to manually reverse the polarity of each inducer deck at the top of their rotation.
Consider it done.
Okay, I'm not 100% sure what a lot of that meant, but I have a general idea of what it is I'm expected to be doing. Okay, this is a tricky wicket, if there ever was a tricky wicket to wick a trick. And I can't even get rid of the guards after I steal from them. That makes things a little more difficult, but it looks like I only have to actually pickpocket them twice before they decide to leave. Okay, why are you... Don't... Yeah, go that way. Go that way, you big pile of stupid. Thank you. Now, can I get over there before he crosses over? No, it definitely doesn't seem to be the case. Okay. And I gotta go through the middle. Try not to get caught up in any of these crossed beams. Yeah. Okay, wasn't expecting him to just stop walking.
Now get to the speed control station to slow down those spinning inducers.
I will do that once I have come back to life. I'm not sure how I got caught, but I did.
Now get to the speed control station to slow down those spinning inducers.
All right, I can do that. I was trying to use a smoke bomb, and it wouldn't let me. This is stupid. Can I still not kill these dudes? Is that still a thing I'm not allowed to do? Because they saw me, and you didn't seem to care. So I don't know what you're trying to get here. Click, clack, down the track.
Now that the inducer decks are spinning slower, get up there and reverse the polarity of each deck.
Okay. I don't exactly love the idea of having to do that, but I will. I do. Sly does what needs to be done. Alright, well, I guess that would explain why I was able to sorta get on top of this thing. Also, why are there 4? I only counted 2 of these things. Unless there are 4. I feel like I would see more of them whirling about if that were the case, though. Beep. Okay. Well, that's definitely one good beep. But what are the other? Oh, wait, no, there's 2 on each side. Fair enough, game. Fair enough. Okay, that's the one I've already got. So don't gotta worry about that noise. I gotta wait for the next noise. Then I guess I just double up back. Double up back, if you know what I mean. And I think that you do. Y'all a chili bean! Okay, well this is clearly going to take a little while. Okay, Shabadoo! Alright, alright, alright. Let's see, can I get back onto this exact same court? There we go, now we're doing this. Now we're speed running, we're walking tall. Okay, I somehow still hit that even though I'm clearly falling to my doom. Thud. And obviously they're going to react.
What's all this then? The magnets have been reversed. But, by Jove, it seems to have locked the clockwork parts into place. Excellent.
Oi. Well, that's unfortunate.
Sly Cooper! Of course this would be your doing.
Ah, Mr. Cooper. No doubt you believed a reversal would pull the old bird apart, eh? But it seems to have had quite the opposite effect. I'm truly grateful. When fully powered up, I'll join myself to its circuit and be born anew.
All this because you can't fly. You're pathetic.
Immortality! Immortality is what I seek. The other Claw Gang members were much too short-sighted. They were satisfied using the clockwork parts to drive their various trivial schemes. But not me. No. I saw them for what they really were. The keys to life eternal.
So, what? You had Neela put me on the scent back in Cairo, and then waited while I stole the parts from the other Claw Gang members, all the while not arousing any suspicion that you were behind it all?
You make it sound easy, Cooper. I had to carry your pathetic gang through that first set of heists. I was overjoyed when Arpeggio let me toss you in jail. I could finally go after the parts myself.
Ah.
Yeah, but you
Acquiring all
failed.
the parts was only half the equation. Think, Cooper. What kept Clockwork alive for thousands of years?
He was fueled by his hatred for my family.
Splendid! That's right. Hatred. Putting his gears and wires together was child's play, compared with accumulating that much hatred.
You can't make people hate.
Oh, my...
Oh, yeah, the spice.
My meticulous mind has found a way. As your hippopotamus friend will attest, spice consumption makes you both angry and susceptible to hypnosis. The Contessa, hypnotist extraordinaire, devised a way to command people through the use of flashing lights. I've created this blimp to be a massive transmitter of those precise light frequencies. The only problem I faced was finding a suitable source of light waves.
The Northern Lights. You've been collecting Northern Light energy so you could hypnotize everyone beneath the blimp.
Ah, hypnotize those who'd eaten food covered in illegal spice. Thank goodness for Dimitri. Through his nightclub, he got the whole city to consume the spice.
You're going to Paris to unleash a hypnotic light show of hate. That's outlandishly cruel.
Cruel, perhaps. But
It's
the
literally a
next
hate
work
plague,
spark
like a
of
rage
immortality.
virus.
Ah well, my new body awaits me. Be a dear, Neela, and keep him covered. Ta-ta!
And a 3, and a 2, and a 1.
Stupid Arpeggio. I double-crossed the Cooper gang, Interpol, and Comleader. What made you think I wouldn't do the same to you?
Yeah, you're kind of an idiot. And now Neela has decided to fuse with Clockwork.
Preposterous! You're my protege, not the next candidate for my immortality. I demand you exit the Clockwork frame or...
And now he's dead.
Behold, Clockla is born!
Alright, so you see, now that's a really big problem.